Hello and welcome, fellow Pandora lovers. Today's video is one large accumulative haul for January. I wish I could have filmed this sooner, but I had no voice due to a respiratory virus, and then I got salmonella. So January was no fun at all, but I did have some beautiful distractions once my online orders started to arrive. So let's start with my Pandora e-store order. This is the metallic red heart, and Pandora had it for 70% off, which initially made me believe that they were retiring this charm, but I don't think that is the case. Look how vibrant red this charm is. It is a flipper, so it is flipping upside down. I did hear that Pandora's newer released heart charms don't do that, so I'm curious to try that out. But this is such a beautiful shade of red, and Pandora's expanded on the metallic hearts. I'm just going to quickly show you on my iPad screen here all the different colors of metallic hearts that Pandora now has. This is the pink one, and then we have the purple. So these ones we've had in store, but now we have some online exclusive hearts. This is the price in Canada, $60. This deep blue is an online exclusive that's new. We also have a metallic black next to it. And just scrolling down, these are also new colors, the sky blue and the green. So beautiful colors. I'm not sure why they're online only. And then right here at the very bottom is this metallic red heart that I just purchased. And it's not in the last chance or retired column. So I really don't know why Pandora had this red heart for 70% off. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you've seen the new colors that they've just released. I'm tempted by a few of them, but I kind of wish I could see them in person. Pandora also brought back some blasts from the past, and these are the little petites that you put inside the lockets. I can't believe after all these years, now have this little ladybug. I call it a ladybug, some people call it ladybird, but little girl here, she's got a purple enamel, I think it's a girl, and then she's got the little black dots. So I have been on the hunt for this one back when they were first retiring the petites, and so happy that I finally got it online for some reason. And then another one that I wanted a duplicate, or maybe this is even a triplicate for me, is this little gold shine bee, because I think it looks so pretty in the lockets, whether it's the ring locket or one of the necklace pendants. And I've also been adding to my ring collection with this 70% off sale. This one here is the deep purple pansy ring. And if you know me, I love the pansy collection that Pandora did. It just reminds me of my grandmother and a lot of fond memories with this flower. So it took me a while to finally pick up this deep purple pansy ring. And I was interested when I got it to see that it's got a little bit of a curvature to it. It's a little bit organically shaped. And that kind of surprised me. I don't know, I was just expecting like the standard ring. So you can see the edges of the ring are almost black, and then it's a deep purple towards the center. And then you've got those gorgeous CZs. And this is how the ring looks on your fingers. So it's not a stacking ring. I don't think it will stack well, but it still is large enough to have a statement. Another oldie that Pandora had online is this little frog prince charm. And it's actually a two-tone because he has a little 14-karat gold crown at the top. And one thing I've always wished about this little frog is that his eyes were a little bit different because they're very big and blank. I wish they just had some enamel work. The eyes are kind of reflecting the window behind me, so that's why they don't look quite as blank right now, but typically they're just smooth and shiny. And then the back is smooth. He's got his little froggy feet. And right at the bottom here is Pandora was starting to do the G585 for whenever they did a two-tone. That little gold stamp there is probably as large as the gold crown. It's not much bigger, that gold crown. It is a two-tone, but it just doesn't have a lot of gold on it. And then I was super thrilled to see this fluffy llama on their last chance section. And this one retired quite a few years ago. They had this one for only $13. But what this little llama reminds me of is my dog. When he wants something, he stands in this perfect formation, just upright like this llama, those little paws together, his ears perked upright, and he just stares at you intently, just like this. So just the posture of this llama reminds me of my dog so much that this one will be going on my doggy bracelet. Just look how perfect and proper this llama is standing. And I like the use of texture that they did for the llama. And my dog is, he's got some longer hair, so that kind of suits him as well. And adding to my ring collection, they had this beautiful cherry blossom 14 karat gold ring on for 70% off. So I think it was like $115, I think it was. But such a beautiful gold ring. It is a petite band. As you can see, it is slim. And then you've got that nice enamel work, and there's no CZs on this one. So this is actually my second of the cherry blossom rings. And I managed to find this one pre-loved at the end of last year. So these are the exact same size. And as you can see, the enamel is almost identical. And I thought it would be so pretty to have the two of these together for stacking. This cherry blossom ring is perfect for stacking because of that raised profile of the flower. And so while one ring is nice, it is very petite. I think the two of them together just looks that much better. Continuing on with rings, this is the Pink Daisy Trio ring. This one was not 70% off, it was only 50%, but I have been eyeballing this ring for a very long time. I do have the charm in the Pink Daisy and I have the little dangle, so this ring has been on my wish list, and at 50% off, I wasn't sure if it would be a deeper discount later, so I decided to go ahead and purchase it now. And I think this ring looks absolutely beautiful. Just that trio of flowers together, the shade. Actually, let me give you a nice close-up of this ring so you can appreciate the colors. Isn't it stunning? I think Pandora does enamel so well, especially when they kind of go from like a deep tone to a lighter tone. They do that transition really pretty. And when you're looking at fake Pandora pieces, usually that's a giveaway because it's much more blunt between the two colors. It doesn't have that nice fade effect that Pandora does. But such a beautiful ring. So I'm absolutely thrilled to have this one, and it's going to be fun to wear in spring and summer. And just to quickly show how the purple pansy looks with the daisies, so you can see a size comparison, I think this will be a nice combination. Another item that I picked up on the e-store is this safety chain right here. This one is called the Logo Safety Chain, and it is like a clip style safety chain, and it also is silicone lined. And so you've got the row of CZs with the Pandora in the middle. It is 14 karat gold plated. There is an option for what size chain you wanted, and I went with the smaller just because I don't necessarily love the long chain dangle from a safety chain. This one here is actually one that was only 50% off, but I don't have any safety chains in the gold tone. Of course, I wish I could afford the 14 karat gold safety chain, but that's not in the budget right now and it's not on sale. So hopefully one day, but in the meantime, I do have this plated version. And this is the last item that I purchased at 50% off from the e-store. And as you can see, it's quite a big box. So you're probably guessing that this is the medium jewelry box. And let me tell you, I was so nervous to order this online. I did already take a quick peek at it, very quick peek, but I was so nervous to order this online because I'm kind of fussy. I like my jewelry boxes not to have dented corners. I don't like little dings. You know, everybody's fussy because this stuff isn't cheap, but it arrived in perfect condition. So as soon as I saw that, I just quickly put everything back together. And I have not used this jewelry box as yet. This is the first that I have. And I was looking at the description and it says that it is anti-tarnish. So I wasn't aware that Pandora's jewelry boxes were lined with anti-tarnish material, so that's a really nice bonus. So opening it up, you can see it's got a mirror on this side, and it does have a protective covering on the mirror. And then we've got some tissue paper. This one here is for rings, and what I appreciate about this is there's lots of depth for the rings. So if your rings have a high profile, it's not gonna like hit into the mirror. There's lots of space. And then I believe this one here is for necklaces, and then we've got some earring pads. I don't wear earrings any longer, and so I probably will just remove that and use this for something else. And then you've got a second tray at the bottom, and this one's also removable. Comes with a charm rod. Who doesn't love charm rods, right? Nice deep pockets, like if you can see how deep that is, nice and deep. And then you've got the bracelet pad and another spot for a necklace. So I think what I'm going to be doing with this jewelry box, now that I know it's anti-tarnish, I'll either use it for stuff, Pandora items that I haven't designed with as yet, that are just kind of sitting loose, my orphan pieces, as if you want to call them that. Or what I initially was going to use it for is my gold pieces, like my fancier Pandora, fancy ones, fancy designs, 14 karat gold pieces. I was thinking I could keep it separate in this box and kind of keep it more special like that. So I will keep pondering what I'm going to be using this jewelry box for. It's a nice size. It's actually really well made. You can see that the hinges are well done, and I'm not sure if it's being retired or not because it still is 50% off on Pandora's Canada e-store. Next, I want to share with you what I purchased from Christine Jewelers. They're based in British Columbia, and they do online orders and shipping. So I found 2 charms and 2 rings with Christine Jewelers. So I'm going to show you the rings first. This first one here is a wishbone ring. I call them wishbone ring. I think this one is called the Timeless Wish. So one side is perfectly smooth, and then you have the CZs on the other side. Christine Jewelers had this ring for $17.50. And I've managed to accumulate a few of these wishbone rings, and I think they're going to be really fun to kind of stack and design with. And let me tell you how thrilled I was to see this ring online. This is the Disney Mickey silhouette ring. And I originally tried to order it from Pandora e-store. They accidentally sent me a different charm of the Statue of Liberty instead of this ring. And then it's been out of stock ever since. So why I wanted this ring so bad is I had this Minnie Mouse with the bow. So this is like a stacking ring. Well, I had this ring, but I didn't have Mickey. So I thought this looked kind of strange on its own. It didn't really make sense. But now that you get the 2 of them together, and let me just show you quickly how they kind of stack like that. One on top of the other. The Minnie goes on top of the Mickey like that. And this is how the ring looks on my finger. The 2 of them together, like I think one without the other just doesn't look right. But the 2 together, it's so cute. And this is Mrs. Potts and Chip Dangle Charm. So it was 50% off. And I have the older version of Mrs. Potts and Chip where they're just kind of side by side without the dangle. But I've always kind of had this one on my wish list. I don't know. I think they're a beautiful combination. Pandora does Disney so well. And I really like Chip and how they did his little dangle right there. Look at his face. Isn't it sweet? And then you can see his little chip right there. And then Mrs. Potts, they gave her some nice enamel hat. And then you've got the enamel work kind of going around at the base of her. So you can see the hallmark right there. And then Chip even has a little bit of purple at the bottom. And then the back of the charm, you have the handle for Mrs. Potts and still even more enamel work. And then I saw this charm and I could not resist purchasing this one. This one is called the Fur Baby Hearts Paw Print Charm. And it was fairly good value because it was 50% off, and it's an open work silver charm. And then you can see the writing Fur Baby. And I don't necessarily call my dog my fur baby, but that is a little bit, like, it's a little bit abstract. You notice the paws more than you notice the writing, but my dog definitely is my baby. And then right at the front of the charm, you have that giant heart, and then the bigger paw print in the center of the paw print, another heart. So lots of detail in this open work charm, and it's a shame that Pandora retired this one. The next 4 items are from Golden Memories, and they're based in Manitoba, and they also, you can order online and they do ship. They had a sale where I think all of their Pandora was 30% off, and then they had 50% off retired. So this green mini Murano was 30% off. I had one in my collection. I wanted to get a second just because I think that these little mini Muranos look really good in pairs. So I did pick up a second, and I'm thrilled with the one that I received because I really do like that wavy lines of dark and lighter tones that these mini Muranos have. Another little petite Murano is this lavender one, the wavy lavender Murano. This one is retired, so I did get it for 50% off. I have one of these in my collection, and I just thought, well, you know, I do like to get my Muranos in pairs, so I thought it might be nice to have a second just in case for future designs. And it's a really pretty Murano, the wavy glass. And they had this one, I think, in also, I think it was like a cerise pink, but I don't have that one, just this lavender tone. And this one was also 50% off. It's the matte pink Murano. And when I received it, I was happy, but as I was kind of looking at it a little bit closer, I can see some scuff marks. Do you see at the bottom there? Do you see the little scuff marks? So I guess that tells me how this Murano will wear eventually. I just kind of prefer to do my own wear rather than purchase it already kind of worn looking. So it was the last one they had in their inventory, and I did decide to keep it and not return it. But yeah, a little bit disappointing that it has some scuff marks already, but I'm sure I'll be adding to those. And then I was absolutely thrilled to see these freehand heart clips in their last chance section. So this was 50% off, and this is a clip that sold out on me online, and then my local store only had one, and I didn't want to take a chance and just purchase one. So you can see this freehand heart is in Pandora Rose, and how it just kind of can move back and forth. It has some movement to it, and I actually really like that. I like anything that's a little bit tactile that Pandora does. So it's a nice shape of heart. It's not like a perfectly shaped heart, if you know what I mean. It's a little bit off center, and I really like this. I really like this clip. And then the back is just absolutely smooth. So I was super happy to see that Golden Memories had this one in stock, and I snapped it up pretty quickly. And the last item that I want to share with you is another 14 karat gold charm. This one is the Geometric Radiance charm. It kind of matches the heart, the elevated heart that Pandora has. And this one was also 70% off, and I decided to apply my points that I've been accumulating to this charm. So I'm not going to tell you what I paid for it, but it was just so amazing of a price that it would have been absolutely silly to not purchase this one. And it is a blingy charm. You've got lots of CZs running around the edge of it, and then one large right in the center. And then you've got the cutouts, and the cutouts are not heart shaped. They're just kind of, actually, what shape are they? Let me take a look here. Yeah, they're just kind of round, I think. Or maybe they mimic the shape of the actual charm. I'm not sure. But beautiful 14 karat charm, and I'm just so happy that Pandora had their gold charms for 70% off and their gold rings. but it also makes me sad because I think it's an indication that we're no longer going to be receiving any new 14 karat gold items. So these are all of the items that I received in January 2025. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what your favorite is. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed my video, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Don't forget, a thumbs up is always appreciated. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.